Hi everybody, Ryan Francis here, one of the organizers of the HMI Hillside Hockey Clinics. We want to let you know that we care about you and that we want to stay connected with you during these uncertain times. That's why over the next few months we'll be checking in with various friends of the clinic. You'll see familiar faces like Joe and Chico, but we'll also have a surprise or two along the way. We'll be touching base with them just to see what they're up to and also have them offer up some advice and encouragement for us. We hope you're staying safe and well, and that you enjoy this episode of Friday Friend Check-In.
Joining me today is someone that you guys know quite well, our friend Joe Dipenta. Joe's been a part of this clinic since before day one, and I can say that this event would not exist to the level it does without his leadership and vision. I know I'm really grateful for his friendship and the influence that he has in my life. And I'm excited that you guys are going to have the opportunity to connect with him in this way. His career is impressive. He played over 500 professional games in the National Hockey League, American Hockey League, and Swedish Elite League. And his claim to fame, I would say, is being the first player from Cole Harbour to bring the cup back home. He was a member of the Anaheim Ducks in 2007 when he had that opportunity. Joe, it's been August since we last saw you. Why don't you just give us a quick update on what life has looked like for you since that time? What has kept you busy? What has kept you excited?
Well, lots going on. I joined a ministry called Divine Renovation Ministry full-time in August. So we're about 8 months into that journey. So it's a big shift. We're helping churches around the world to get engaged on a missional journey rather than being in a maintenance mode, but actually getting more people to attend on a weekly basis and getting them to become healthy. And as there's no time that's needed more than it is today with all that's going on with the COVID-19. So that's been a big part of the last 8 months. Everything that's happening right now with being self-isolation, with social distancing, I should say, it's been fun in one aspect because things have slowed down and, being with family more often. And that's been really nice. But, I definitely miss, being around other people and being inside most of the time. But the pace of life has been one of the bonuses of I guess all of this, what's happening, and trying to find some good in all the bad that's going on. But I'm just staying busy and got to go to California and go to an Anaheim Ducks reunion event at the Honda Center in January, which was a lot of fun. There was about 10 alumni that were at this event, mixed in with all of the current Anaheim Ducks players. So we had right on the floor of the Honda Center, we had this experience. All the fans purchased tables, came and sat at a table, and we had a chef from different restaurants around Orange County, California, that hosted each table. It was a lot of fun. Got to connect with some former teammates. Ryan Getzlaff, who's still a member of the team, is a former teammate of mine, and my former defense partners when I played for the Ducks were both there. Vitaly Vishnevsky and Ken Huskins. Saw some really great people from the organization I haven't seen in a long time, and got to go see the Pittsburgh Penguins play against the Ducks on the Friday night on that trip. And so we watched Sid play, and the Ducks pulled off a 3-2 victory. So that was it was a bonus, and just had a blast out there, and got to go back and reunite with people. So that was a lot of fun. And earlier, I had taken my family to Disneyland, and we got to do all the tourist attractions in Southern California before all of the coronavirus hit. So we're blessed to have had all those experiences.
That's so cool. I know, obviously, with all you've accomplished, not just in your hockey career and now your career after hockey, but recognizing your beautiful family and all that you've done in our community and how active you're in community. I'm curious to ask you, what is advice that you were given perhaps growing up that you've carried with you since?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the biggest advice or that I was given was when I was when I was 7 years old, 8 years old, I played in novice, and I guess I was 7 turning 8 when I was a second year returning novice A player. So there was 5 of us or 6 of us that were returning players from the year before that were on the same team and played at the top. Novice A was the top level at that time, and there was kind of a breakout year for many of us that were older players, because before that we didn't really stand out on the team because we weren't the oldest players on the team. But that year, I remember having success as a defenseman. I moved back to the point after a few games at the start of the season. We were pretty inexperienced on the back end, so they wanted to move one of us older players, and they thought, oh, Joe can skate backwards, and I'm going to put him on defense, and started to score some goals and stand out, which was new. Wasn't the trend for me before that. I was kind of just one of the players in the team up to that point for the previous seasons. And I remember the advice I got from my one of my mentors in life that we all kind of have at different seasons of our life, Phil Harrott, who passed away 3 years ago. Phil said to me and my parents, he said, we have to make sure Joe doesn't get a big head. Make sure he stays humble, because that can be a downfall of many good players. And so I remember having that talk with him and my dad, and just making sure that I didn't get too overconfident. And so that instilled this value that I carried with me to this day of humility, and remembering that it's it doesn't benefit me or anyone else if I feel overconfident or I take things lightly, whether it's in a game against an opponent or it was in a life circumstance, that making sure that I'm humble in all situations, and that serves me well. It serves everyone else around me well, and it's comes from scripture I learned later on. But it's a blessing for me to have that as a value that was instilled in me when I was a young boy, 7, 8 years old.
That's really cool and good advice, I think, for us all. But if I had to use one word to describe you, Joe, I think humble would be the word that comes to mind first. It's really neat to hear. My last question I have for you, what has been a source of comfort, a source of encouragement for you during these uncertain times?
I've had the chance to really connect more with my loved ones, and I think slowing down and recognizing I'm not the one in control here. I really don't have any control over what happens over the next while with this virus and how that will impact me and my family or the world around me. I'm really kind of at the mercy of how this all plays out. And so it's been humbling to think about that and to think, okay, well, what I really don't have all the control, I guess, as I'd like to have. We all struggle, I think, with that sense of wanting to control our life and what this means for. So for me, I think it's been that kind of freedom of saying, you know what, I'm not in control. I don't have control of the situation. Therefore, I'm going to be thankful for what I do have. And so that thankfulness I've tried to kind of remember that throughout the day. Okay, being thankful for, the loved ones I have, the support they provide me, the memories I have from growing up in this area when I go for a walk, and remembering times I had of where I just felt like I could be a kid and, have fun and be free and just, have joy and experience these things, all these memories, and just recognizing the different people that I have in my life that they can speak into me, that can help me. All those are, I take for granted, and trying to take comfort in that and, remember that I'm just a very blessed individual despite the things that are happening, the chaos in the world, there is just so much to be thankful for that I have, whether that's the roof over my head or the food in my fridge, possessions, the things that I have. Just it's really, most of it, it's the loved ones that I have around me, and so just really thankful and trying to take comfort in all that I've been blessed with, and that's helped me have strength and to put things in perspective, and I think to be a happy person. Definitely it's helped me with my mood, and yeah, I really feel lucky. So I think that's what I've been leaning into most of all these days.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. I think that can be an encouragement for us all to hear over these uncertain times. And over the next few months, we're going to be checking in with our friends of the clinic. So for those who are watching, I hope you're able to share what's been an encouragement for you in these times, and feel free to send us any questions that you have that you would like answered from our various instructors and so forth. Joe, thanks for taking the time today to connect with us. I'm really looking forward to our time together in August.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Ryan.